Hello, this is Kara from Lady Kara Tarot with a general reading for Wednesday, January 28th, 2026. I am reading today with the Radiant Tarot, the beautiful artwork of Alexandra Eldridge, and the book, highly praised book, Justifiably So, by Tony Barnstone. This is more of a psychology deck, but it's also a pip deck, so it kind of fits into my Marseille study. And you may have noticed I'm focusing on fairy tale decks this month. And this, in my mind, is also a fairy tale deck with the blending of human and animal forms. It just has a magical component to me. The spread I'm using today is by my friend Denise at Tarot of Dreams 80. She has a presence, strong presence on Instagram, less so on YouTube, although she does have a channel, and she has a wonderful shop. So be sure to check that out. If you follow her on Instagram, where she does a lot of pick-a-card readings that are with very fun decks. And then you can go from there to find the link to her shop. So I've already cut these and shuffled, of course. So I'm just going to start with this reading. Again, it's a body, mind, spirit. Internal influences, external influences, middle of the deck, and bottom of the deck. There's the tower. Okay. Body, 10 of Cups. Again, getting this message that physically or within your body, you're doing well. You are have a stableness and a completion that is setting you up well to move forward. The moon, and I don't think this necessarily means that you're healthy. I think this means that about like kind of being centered within your body. Mind is, your mind is clouded. Your mind is focused on, not on the physical things. Your mind is focused on the intuitive things and the things that fly by in the night. The things that are under the water. And isn't this interesting? This land looks very marshy. This is going to be I hope you have your wellies on, because it's going to be a wet trek across that, leading to very, very dark mountains in the background. If there are yeah, there are some. First, I thought that was the top of a mountain, but that's another bat. And then clouds across the moon. So even though you have your intuition, you might be very distracted today. And the spirit, you're having a spirit of two, a spirit of, and this is a lovely two spirit. Two is not only making a decision, as I've said before, it can be about blending. I often think of the Two of Pentacles as being more about blending than about deciding, but it still requires decisions in terms of how you're going to blend the things. But it looks like you're going to be, spiritually, you're not having any difficulty blending these. They are they are growing together very well. Internally, this may be why you're distracted. Internal influences, you have the Three of Swords. You're having a loss. This is the second reading I've had today that indicates a potential loss, and I'm sorry. So a loss that just rocks your world and shakes you up, and it affects everything around you in all directions. It is something that you can heal from with your faith and your loyalty, bringing forth a blossom. But it's very real. That's what's going on internally. And again, I think that absolutely relates to that in your mind, going on in your mind right now, feeling a little cloudy. External influences, wonderful. The Knight of Pentacles. Planning things, looking forward from a place of great stability and growth, being able to look forward to the next thing you need to do and taking your time with it to scope it out fully so that when you actually make the movement, you're going to be very well prepared. So your external influences may be slowing you down a little bit. They may be combining with this to form, you may kind of feel it like a boredom or a stasis, but be aware that it's a very good time of preparation if you let it be. The middle of the deck, the heart of the matter is this is what's going on. The things that you depended on are gone. The structures that you depended on are crumbling. It has made you lose your faith. Your faith is falling. And once again, with all of these pages, it looks like you're losing track. It goes with this again. You're losing track of the things that you know and the things that you can usually rely on because your mind is scattered. And because we are also dealing with this nationally and internationally, it only intensifies that feeling. And then finally, the Six of Wands, the bottom of the deck. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, but I have said before, I usually consider the bottom of the deck to be reversed. And I do think that this is a reversal today with this, with the rest of this reading. Even though this is good, this is going well, we've got this Six of Wands here reversed. This card is usually such an unrestrained card of joy and satisfaction and completion. Unfortunately, where you are right now is preventing you from seeing that. You may be seeing obstacles where they don't exist. You may be, what's the phrase? Looking for the cloud in the rainbow. So this is from the bottom of the deck, this is kind of the basis for some of this. I mean, it's all tied in together, but and it doesn't mean that it's this whatever of the positivity that you are not seeing, it doesn't necessarily mean it's your fault. There have been things happening around you that have made it difficult for you to see the positivity that's possible. So again, I would just remind you to take this restful time and don't think of it as a time when you're stuck. Think of it as a time of recuperation. And I'm going to add an oracle card also with artwork by Alexander Eldridge. And this deck, The Oracle of the Rewilding, has a book by Sherry Salmon. And the card that I'm using is Fellowship, the card that we get. Fellowship. This is the answer to a lot of this, is fellowship. It will need to be gentle companionship, like a dog, like an old friend. That it will pull you out of some of this, and you can commiserate about these things and help you sort this out so that you can turn this around. And you had these lovely little equine animals, these tiny animals. I don't know if you know, historically, the historical antecedents of the horse were very small. It's something I remember as a child. They were about the size of a fox. So if you look up your horse history and look up horse ancestors, you can find out more about that. I don't remember the details of them, but I remember seeing that both in books and in the National History Museum. So aside from this loyalty and companionship and real peace that's being brought to you with this fellowship, there is movement from those little horses. So that also will help you turn this around and make the best of it. As far as majors, the moon and the tower. They're both very much the same as how I read them initially. They don't. And so those are the major influences that may last a little longer, why you'll need this fellowship, and why it may take you a little bit longer to turn that around. And just remember, take that time and you can make it profitable. You don't have to make it a stress. You can stand still. Standing still and observing what's going on is underrated. This is Kara from Lady Kara Tarot. Thank you. And I hope you're having a peaceful day today.